HTBL Baseball is again on the air, and hello everybody. Welcome to what will be the 22nd game of 144 for everybody in the 32-team HTBL. This is Big Polly coming to you. We're about to do a game. This game will take place on the fictional schedule calendar of April 30th. But first, we're going to look at the games played April 28th. Everybody had a game off, so everybody could freshen their pitching rotations a little bit. And we'll show you what happened in on the 21st game for everybody. It was Tampa Bay shockingly easy over the Red Sox 10-5. Vance 2-2 over Tiant 2-2. John Flaherty went 3 for 4, 2 homers, and that to get to 6 and 7 on the year, and 4 RBIs. The Yankees 8-3 over Baltimore. It was Whitey Ford, the chairman of the board, over Joe McGinty. Ford is 3-1. McGinty 1-4. Jorge Posada 4 for 5, 2 doubles. Detroit over Toronto, who have now played their last game in Buffalo. We're going to put them where they belong in Rogers Center in Toronto after this series, and Tampa Bay will be playing them there in this 22nd game for everybody. Newhouser 4-1 over Clancy 1-4. Barrett 4 for 5, a homer, his first, and 5 ribbies. The Marlins lose again to the Phillies 7-1. Phillies now 15-6. Ferguson over Nichols. Ferguson 4-0. Nichols 2-3. Michael Jack Schmidt 1 for 2, a homer, his sixth, and 2 walks. The Mets lose to the Nats 4-3. Stottlemyre 2-1 over Seaver 1-4. Cadero picked up his first save. It was the Reds losing to the Expos 6-3. Pfeffer 5-0 over Raffensperger 2-3. Fitzgerald 1 for 3, his first home run and a walk. Atlanta wins a game 4-0, a shutout over Pittsburgh. Smoltz 1-4 over Cooper, who is also 1-4. Max Carey 2 for 4 and a stolen base. The Red Sox, not the Red Sox, the White Sox lose to the Indians 2-1. Win 3-1 over Donovan 2-2. Frank Thomas, I assume, 3 for 4 and a double. Minnesota 4-1 over the Browns of St. Louis. Cott 4-1. Glade 2-2. Campbell picking up his first save. Bill Campbell. The Royals were in the running to be shown on TV today, but not to be, as Houston beats them 4-1. Necro 1-0. Waddell 1-2. Wagner his third save. Milwaukee 1-0 over the hapless Cubs. Mathewson 3-1 over Vaughn 1-3, and Boone 2 for 3 and a triple. Don't know which Boone that is. Ike Boone, Eric Boone, Aaron Boone, Bob Boone, who knows? Cardinals 3-2 over the Rockies. Dean 3-2 over Pittenger, Toby Pittenger. 2-3. Young 2 for 3 and 2 stolen bases. The Rangers blanked the A's 3-0. Buffington 3-2 over Blue 0-5. Jennings 2 for 3 and 2 stolen bases. The Mariners 3-2 over the Angels. White 3-2 over Ryan 1-4, so Nolan is struggling. Olerud 2 for 3 and a double. The Giants over the Padres 8-7. Marichal 4-1 over Silver King 1-3. Averill 2 for 4, a homer, his third, 2 RBIs. The Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 4-3 and 10. The only extra inning fracas we had, it was Sutton over Clarkson. Sutton goes to 3-2. Clarkson goes 1-2. Zeal 2 for 4 and 2 triples. So this is going to set up our game of the day for April 30th. We go to what used to be known as Comiskey Park, where the White Sox play and the Yankees are in town. Forget what they named, what corporation has naming rights to the field in Chicago these days. I will be playing as the White Sox. Computer will be playing the Yankees, and I will set their lineup. Red Ruffing will be the New York pitcher. Red Faber for the Sox. Guaranteed rate field is where we are.
Faber.
And Faber takes the mound for the Sox. We'll set up the offense and defense here. The offense for New York. the defense for Chicago's White Sox here. Jeter leads off. He is at shortstop, of course. Combs is the center fielder. He bats second. The Bambino, Babe Ruth, is your DH batting third. Lou Gehrig right behind him, as was the case in most of the 20s and early 30s. He is the first baseman batting fourth. Lazzeri is at second batting fifth. Roger Maris in right bats sixth. Jorge Posada is your catcher batting seventh. Tom Tresh is the surprise left fielder. He bats eighth. Frank Malzone is the third baseman batting ninth, roughing pitching, and can pitch 145 according to the EPC. Setting the defense up for the White Sox. Minoso is a 9 and a 6. That is a 9 range and a 6 arm in left field. Felsch, a 9 and a 9 at center. Robinson, Floyd Robinson that is a 5 and a 6 in right. Ventura is an 8 at third. Ron Hansen, a 7 at short. Nellie Fox, a 9 at second. Jimmy Fox, so you got a couple of Foxes. He is a 6 at first. Fisk, it plays for the White Sox, not the Red Sox. He is a 7 and a 6 at behind the dish. Red Faber, a 5 range and a 913 fielding percentage. We look at Faber's pitching stats so far this year, 267, 33 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has given up 34 hits. His opposing batting average is 262, 3 homers given up, 11 walks, 11 Ks, and his whip a little above where it should be at 1.337. Derek Jeter leading off, 333 on the year, 2 homers, and 12 RBIs, and you got to watch for him bunting. So we'll bring the infielders, the corners in, but it's a strikeout. 1 gone. So let's check the weather conditions at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Keep in mind this is April 30th is when the game was supposedly played, at least on the timeline of our fictional season. 144 games, so this is game 22 for everybody. And it is 53 to 52 degrees, clear, and there is a wind blowing out to left center field. So the power hitters may have a little bit of a feast today. Earl Combs is the number 2 hitter for the Yankees, 314 on the year, 2 homers, and 14 RBIs. Interesting the Yankees would pick him and not DiMaggio or Mickey Mantle. A slow grounder to second, Fox to Fox, out number 2. In fact, let's take a look at the bench. DiMaggio, Mattingly, Mantle is not even in the line on the bench. But you got quite a lineup here of Yankee greats. I have to check into why Mickey Mantle is not on the team. Maybe he went out drinking one night and that was the end of any hopes of being a Yankee legend. Babe Ruth, 293, 4 homers. He has been kept down in terms of his power hitting and 18 RBIs. He's only on a pace to hit about 28 home runs, but he's facing better pitchers than he probably ever faced in his real-life career. The deal to the Babe. He struck out, so 2 Ks for Faber. Begin this game. Half inning played, no score. Now we'll go through the White Sox lineup and the Yankee defense. Fox leads off. He plays second base. Felsch is your center fielder batting second. Jimmy Fox at first base bats third. Minoso is in left field, an interesting cleanup choice for the White Sox. Ventura at third bats fifth. Thomas, the big hurt, your DH, batting sixth. Cue Tony Fisher. Floyd Robinson in right field batting seventh. Carlton Fisk is your catcher hitting 8, and Hansen is your shortstop batting 9. Faber has given up 12 pitches. His expected pitch count is 135. For the defense, for the Yankees, Thresh, a 7 and a 5 in left. Combs, a 6 and a 4 in center. Maris, 8 and 7 at third. Malzone, who they probably picked up in the draft, a 9 at third base. Jeter, a 6 at short. Lazzeri, push him up, is 5 at second. Could also play third and short. Lou Gehrig, a 7, first baseman. Behind the dish, it's Jorge Posada, 6 and a 4 catching. Ruffing has a 4 range as a pitcher. And we take a look at Red Ruffing's numbers. 391 on the year, 1 and 2, 25 and a third innings pitched, 23 hits, opponents hitting 237 against him, so he's doing a little better than he probably should. 3 homers given up, 8 walks, 17 Ks, and his whip a little better at 1224. It should be 1370. Nellie Fox leads off, 235 on the year, no homers and 10 RBIs. He's stolen 1 base. And roughing will deal. His fielding average 885, so could flub a few plays as this game goes on. In fact, it goes right to roughing, and he must have heard me, and he must have jinxed me as he throws right to first base, 1-3 for the first putout of the game for the Yankees. And here is Felsch. He's a 7-bunter. Felsch so far in the year, 321, 4 homers and 15 ribbies. And that's hit to third. Malzone charges, and he will not make a throw. Felsch is on board with a single, and at 88% clip, he can run. So we're going to try to move him right away with Jimmy Fox hitting 360, 6 homers and 19 RBIs. So we want to try to get Felsch over the second. There he goes. He's safe. Stolen base number 3 for Felsch. And now Jimmy Fox will operate with a runner at scoring position. Like I'm telling you, he's a lights out right now at 360. The pitch. Popped up the Combs, and they hold Felsch at second. And that's 2 outs for Minnie Minoso, the ageless one, 253, a homer, and 10 RBIs. This is a grounder. Lazzeri charges it over to first, and side retired for the White Sox, so we have played an inning with no score. Lou Gehrig, 354, 3 homers. He's a run producer galore with 27 RBIs, so he's averaging more than 1 RBI a game. Faber at 12 pitches as we begin this second inning. Special shout out to my fellow Action PC baseball gamer, Uncle Ron Juckett. You might notice we sound alike when we do play-by, because I learned from him, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Here's the pitch. Gehrig, Fox to Fox for the first out. It's kind of like Dick Enberg when he was calling Angel games back in the 60s and 70s, and he sounds a lot like Vin Scully. Or if you ever listen to Don Drysdale when he was with the Angels, he sounds a lot like Vin Scully. Or Rick Monday when he was calling games for the Dodgers. It's kind of hard sometimes as a baseball announcer not to learn from the people who do it, and watching Ron do Action PC Baseball is what got me interested in getting the game for myself. So Tony Lazzeri is 325 on the year, 4 homers and 16 RBIs. And to me, Vin Scully was the greatest of all time. And Lazzeri hits this to left, Minoso going back, it bounces off the wall, and Lazzeri has a double. Also, another good broadcaster on YouTube of board games is RJL518. He's having his playoffs right now for the 76 season. And we may eventually do seasons as opposed to doing an all-time project. So we have that to look forward to in the future, maybe with Action PC Baseball 2021 when it comes out, or would it be 22? I don't know. Roger Maris, of course, he hit all those home runs in 1961. He hit 61 and 61. 250 on the year, 2 homers, 14 ribbies. And Maris, this is going to be a base hit to left center. Will Lazzeri go? No, he is held at third base. So runners at the corners now for Jorge Posada. Wouldn't make sense to walk him here. Number one, because it's only the second inning, but there is 1 out. So we're going to play him halfway. If we can get the first run, keep the first run off the board, we'll go for it, but we're not going to bust our tails for it. Faber dealing. Posada hits this to first base. Now Fox has a decision. Do we go for the throw at home? I'm going to say no, because we could get the double play here. Over to Hansen for 1, and that's all they get. So the run scores. You can't tell by the game indicators whether or not you have a double play on your hands. So you play for the double play, and you don't throw home, but it costs us a run, and it is 1-0 Yankees. Jorge Posada, oddly enough, he's 50% chance to steal here. I kind of would like to think he's a slower runner than that. Well, let's throw over there. He's safe. Tom Thresh, 278 on the year, a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's a base hit. Throw to second, not in time. Posada moves to third base, and Thresh has his second double of the season. Frank Malzone, 327 on the year, no homers and 5 RBIs. That's a grounder to short. Hansen, long throw over to first. Did they get him? They did. So only 1 run for the Yankees in the second, and that'll be the lead. 1-0 going to the bottom of the second. Robin Ventura, we were reminded of this week on social media that he got 6 hits off of Nolan Ryan, but they were all punches to his forehead after a brawl between the White Sox and Rangers. I want to say 92 or 93. In this sim, Ventura is 200, 4 homers, 19 ribbies. It's a grounder to second. Lazzeri to Gehrig, 1 out. Of course, in real life, I'm recording this July 17, 2021, as I sip a tea. I am reminded that the Red Sox and the Yankees will be on Fox for like the millionth time tonight, 7 o'clock, but the Rays will be playing at that time too. I'll probably be more interested in that. Frank Thomas, the big hurt, he's hitting 6th. Don't know why you wouldn't hit him 4th. 308, a homer, and 6 RBIs. Roughing at 17 pitches. That's a foul tip, and a count 0-2 to the big hurt. Grounder to left field, a base hit. That gets by Jeter, and the big hurt aboard with a single. That's going to move his batting average up to 325. Floyd Robinson, 231 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. Up the middle, roughing to Lazzeri to Gehrig, a 1-4-3 double play. And the White Sox are out in the second. We've played 2, 1-0 New York. Derek Jeter up, 0 for 1. Grounder to first, 1 out. Earl Combs is the batter for the Yankees, so we have batted around. And he is 0 for 1 so far in the game. Faber, that's a hit. That's a hit batter there. Not a good time to do that as Babe Ruth steps to the plate. Combs is an average runner. Ruth, an 8-game hitting streak, I'm being reminded. 289 on the season. He is 0 for 1 today, so he's looking to extend that streak to 9. Strike 3 called. So Ruth retired. And here comes Lou Gehrig. 0 for 1. 2 outs. Let's see what the Iron Horse can do. Fox to Fox, and that's it. Side retired for the Yankees in their third. 2.5 gone by. 1-0 New York. Carlton Fisk hitting 203 on the year. 2 homers and 9 RBIs. Grounder to Malzone. A great play over to Gehrig for the out. 1 gone. Here's Ron Hansen. Ron was for about 25 years, he was the last man to get an unassisted triple play. I think it was Mickey Morandini of the Phillies that broke his streak. 200 on the year, no homers, 5 RBIs. He's not in there for his bat, he's in there for his glove. And a base hit that was right in front of Lazzeri. He flipped it over to Jeter. Jeter threw the first. Safe was the call. Okay. So what has happened in the third? We've had fixed ground to the third and then an infield single. Don't think the animation showed that, but that was an infield single. So back at the top of the order for the White Sox and Nellie Fox, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Would be a good time for a hit and run here because his hit and run rating is a 9. See if we can get a good count. Ball. Okay. And it's hit and run time. Here we go. Grounded to second. They'll get Fox at first base, but Hansen will move to second as he was moving. So it's now 2 outs and Happy Felsch up to the plate, 1-for-1 on the day, roughing. That's a wild pitch, and Hansen gets to third. So we move to later in the count. The count is now 2-0. Felsch, so I was saying 1-for-1. 2 outs, you can't really do anything with Hansen at third. Here's the pitch. Base hit. Well, you can do that, and we have a dead even game at a run each. Felsch with an RBI single, and we are dead even at a run all. Felsch can run, as we were pointing out earlier in his first at bat. With Jimmy Fox at the plate, why wouldn't you run him? And here we go. Safe is the call, and Felsch picks up his second stolen base of the game and his fourth overall. So Jimmy Fox now, with runners in better position, he's 0-for-1. And they will not pitch to Fox. Fox will be purposely passed. That brings up Minnie Minoso, which is why I think the White Sox should have Frank Thomas batting fourth and not sixth. He's 0-for-1. Minoso is. Skied the right field. Can Maris get to it? He can, and the side retired for the White Sox in the third. We have played 3, and we are dead even at a run each. Tony Lazzeri is 1-for-1. The pitch to him. Strike 3 call. That's number 4 for Faber. Faber has now pitched 66 pitches and has gotten 10 out. 3 1/3 innings. That's going to bring up Faber. Not Faber, but Maris, 1-for-1. I'm looking at his EPCs at 135, so he might not finish the game. See what Maris can do. And Raj hits this down the first base line. It's another base hit. A poor play being accredited to Nelly Fox. And they will rule that a base hit, which means Maris is now 2-for-2 when we go to Jorge Posada. Posada 0-for-1 on the day. Grounder. Hansen to first. Might not get him. Oh, he's out. He's out by an eyelash. And that moves Roger Maris to second base with 2 outs. Tom Thresh, 1-for-1. Grounder to first. But Fox booted it. And that is an error. But Maris does not score on the error. It'll just be an error. E3, giving Chicago their first E. And Frank Malzone, the number 9 hitter, is going to come up. He is 0-for-1. Faber really having to work. Line drive to Felsch. And that was only the second out. And we're going to throw to Maris to try to get the play at the plate. Or did we? No, the runner scored, so it's 2-1. We had an out chance of 71 and we didn't try it. Let's look at that again. It was a line drive right to Felsch. I did hit yes, but I guess Maris scored anyway. So the Yankees retake the lead at 2-1. Interesting. So with 2 outs, the Yankees bring Derek Jeter up for the third time in 4 innings. The pitch. And that's a base hit. That's going to score Thresh. And Jeter moves to second on his 6th double of the year, and it's 3-1 in the game, perhaps getting away from the White Sox a little bit. They have scored 2 runs, the Yankees have, with 2 outs. Well, it was a sac fly on the second out, so that's kind of a technicality. Earl Combs, 310 on the year, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. He is 0-for-1 so far in this game. And is that another hit? It is. 1 run scores. Malzone, then Jeter. 5-1 Yankees. And Faber is up to 92 pitches. And you got to wonder, how long do you leave him in? Looking at the roster of the White Sox, Jenks is the stopper. And I see any more of this Moxie being pitched. Well, we're going to get a true test right now of Chicago's metal because Babe Ruth is up 0-for-2. Popped up. So the White Sox should get out of the inning. Fox makes the putout. That's Nelly Fox. Side retired, but the Yankees put up a crooked number. They put 4 in the fourth, put up 4 in the fourth, and it's 5-1. Ventura 0 for 1 on the day. Grounder to first. Gehrig to Roughing, and there's 1 out. Frank Thomas 1 for 1. Ball 4, and he was known to be very prolific in getting walks. So Chicago with a runner on, and Floyd Robinson is 0 for 1. Ball 4. So 2 on and 1 out for the White Sox. And here's Carlton Fisk, probably best known for his homer in Game 6 of the 1975 World Series. The recently retired Dick Stockton making a nice call of that on NBC, because that's back before only company broadcasters would work the World Series games, and he was the Red Sox broadcaster at the time, and he said, "There it goes, a long drive, if it stays fair, home run." Nice haiku-like call there by Stockton, who is now in retirement. And Carlton Fisk is 0 for 1. Worked 7 different decades of NFL games for CBS and NBC and Fox. Here's Fisk. And that's a base hit. Runners will... We're gonna keep Thomas at third. A single, everybody moves up a base, and the bases will be loaded for Ron Hansen, who is 2-11 on the year and 1 for 1. So what we need out of Hansen is not to hit into a double play. And a foul tip. Roughing is at 73 pitches. Both pitchers have really been worked in the first 4 innings of this game. So Roughing will again deal to Hansen. That's a K. Not the worst thing that could happen for the White Sox there. That's going to bring up Nellie Fox, who is 0 for 2. Grounder up the middle. Lazzeri to Gehrig, and the White Sox leave them loaded. We have played 4. It's 5-1. I'm going to pause for a moment to sneeze. Sorry about that, folks, but sometimes your nostrils call you as I open up a Coke. Gehrig is 0 for 2. Faber is at 94 pitches, and I don't think the manager of the White Sox will dally too long if he gets into trouble again. He'll call for the hook. Strikeout number 5 for Red Faber. He strikes out the Iron Horse. Lazzeri is 1 for 2 on the day. Faber now at 100 pitches or more. And that is hit to center. The animation did not complete itself. Felsch caught it. So score that 8 on your score sheet. And now we have Roger Maris, who is 2 for 2 on the day. Grounder to third. Ventura. Could he get Fox at first base? Yes, he can. Got Maris at first. It was Fox that made the putout. So we're halfway home, and your score is 5-1 in favor of the Yankees. Felsch is 2 for 2. He's hit. So Felsch will be on board with the old HBP. Felsch has 2 stolen bases on the game. We'll see if they're paying attention to him. It's a ball. Yeah, it's 50-50 here. So we're just going to have to leave him on and try to move him around with the hits. Here, and another pickoff move. Felsch was up to 55%. Jimmy Fox, is 0 for 1. And that's strikeout number 2 for Red Roughing, bringing up Minnie Minoso, who is 0 for 2. Another pickoff move with Felsch. Now Felsch has a good lead, 64%. But I don't want to move him down 4. Minoso hits this well. Combs looking back. It is gone. Minnie Minoso with the home run. Maybe you heard me saying he should be hitting down the lineup, and that was a clout to center field here at Guaranteed Rate Field. And it is 5-3 now. Robin Ventura stepping up. 0 for 2. That's K number 3. 2 outs now for the Sox. And Frank Thomas, who could also hit it a long way, hit one of the first long home runs ever at Tropicana Field back in 1998, and they had to come up with some ground rules on the fly because it hit one of the rings because Tropicana has a low roof, and they had to come up with some ground rules to cover what happens when the ball hits the roof at Tropicana. Otani did that in the Japanese League also when he was playing in it. Big hurt 1-for-1, and this is hit well to center. Combs has the room and makes the play. So we've now played 5, and it's 5-3 in favor of the Yankees. Faber's said to be strong at 105 pitches at the rate he has been going, 21 pitches an inning. Should get through this inning, and we might have to pull him after that. Here is Posada, 0-for-2. That's a base hit to right center. A poor play by Felsch, and that gives Posada an extra base. They will not rule it an error. They will give Posada a double. So this is not where the the White Sox want to be. There I go again. Having just gotten 2 runs to cut the deficit down to 2. Thresh is 1-for-2. And that's K number 6 for Faber, who is now up to 17. He has not walked anybody so far today. We go to Frank Malzone, who is hitting .333. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Yankees hitting 300 or better. Pitch to Malzone. Grounded to third. Going to be a tough play. And it was out, and Posada was able to move to third. So with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, here is Derek Jeter, who could break your heart real quick. 1-for-3. That's hit well to right center. Robinson comes over to his right and makes the play. Side retired for the Yankees in the 6th. We've played 5.5, and it's 5-3 in favor of New York. Boyd Robinson stepping in. He is 0-for-1 today. Faber could probably go the 7th inning now. He's at 118. We could probably try to steal a 7th inning of work out of him. Robinson to Lazzeri to Gehrig, 1 out. Carlton Fisk, 1-for-2. 2 homers on the season. He's looking for number 3. That's ball 4. So he takes his base, and we go to Ron Hansen. They're not guarding Fisk, so we're going to try to steal second. And it's stolen base number 3 for Carlton. No throw from Posada, so Fisk got in there safely. And we don't want to make an out at third, so we're going to keep Fisk at second. Here's Hansen. Hit to right center, but Mara should have it, and he does. Do we move Fisk? Not with 46% odds, no. 2 outs now for Nellie Fox. Nellie is 0-for-3, 228 on the year. And I have nothing in the bag of tricks here for Fox or for Fisk, so we'll take the pitch here. Grounded to the shortstop, Jeter over to first. Did he get in? No, he did not. Jeter to Gehrig, a good combination, and Fox looked like he might have gotten in there, but he did not. And we have played 6. It's still 5-3 Yankees. Earl Combs is 1-for-2. We're going to keep Faber out there a little bit longer. Up the middle. Great play by Nellie Fox to throw to Jimmy Fox, and that's the first out. Babe Ruth the Bambino, 0-for-3. Pitchers have been doing a good job against Ruth, who is on an 8-game hitting streak. And it might be the last chance he has for a hit today. Not impossible. 0-for-3. Hit well to right, and Robinson has it. 2 out for the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, who is 0-for-3. Faber, ball 4. We'll see where Faber is on pitches. He's at 131, so we'll keep him out there for Lazzeri, who is 1-for-3. First walk, Faber has surrendered all game in 6 2/3 innings. Be a confab on the mound. Here's the deal to Lazzeri. And that's strikeout number 7. Stretch time. Ba 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 ba. And hello everybody. Big Paulie coming back to you. 5-3 is your score. Let's show you a recap of what has happened in this game. And there you go. Ruffing and Faber, pardon me for the burp, have gone the distance. Although I think Faber is done for the day. He is at 136 pitches. His EPC 135. Anything sticking out to you? God bless you. Felsch has 2 hits for the White Sox. Maris is 2 for 3 so far. Ruffing coming into the 7th inning, 6 innings pitched, 6 runs, not 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, a homer given up by Minnie Minoso, 4 walks, and 3 Ks. So it's Felsch coming on again. He's a perfect 2 for 2 so far. He has 2 steals on the day. And right to Maris. No, Maris trapped it. He let it drop. It's a base hit, and Felsch is now 3 for 3. How about that? So Jimmy Fox at the plate. He could turn the game around with a swing. He's another one of these guys who's a RBI producer. He has 150 in real life. That's what it's your total in real life. But so far this year, he's at 19. Fox is 0 for 2. Strike 3 called. Now we're going to run Felsch. Oh, he's out. He is out. Oh, that was a bummer. Minoso is 1 for 3, but now he has 2 outs. Did Minoso just hit his 2nd home run of the day? No, it is off the wall. He just missed it. And he gets to 2nd on a double. So the White Sox not done yet in the 7th. I'm sure they would like to have that stolen base caught stealing back. Ventura is 0 for 3. That's up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Minoso comes in to score. And Ventura with a single. That's an RBI. And it's 5-4. Frank Thomas, 1 for 2. We'll start looking at the bench for Chicago. Probably in the 8th or the 9th inning. I'm thinking the 7th is just a little too early. And we could get this game equalized with our starters. That's all the wiser for us. 1 for 2 is Thomas. That's skied to center field, and Combs is going to have that. So we have Faber tiring at 136 pitches. Jenks is our... We have a lot of guys who can go long. We have lefty switchy for the Yankees coming up. So we just look at Chicago again and their bullpen. Yeah, it's Jenks. But Jenks is inactive, so it would be Hernandez. I'm thinking. Yeah, Roberto Hernandez we should save as our closer. So we look at the lefties here. We got Gossage. We're going to put Goose Gossage in. So far on the season, Gossage has pitched 6 innings in relief. 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks. His whip is 1,000. His opposing batting average is 190. And his ERA is 4.50. And he'll work Roger Maris. Talk about a batting matchup that could only happen in a league like this. Maris is 2 for 3. And that's hit to Fox. He catches it. Can according to him, and it's 1 out. Jorge Posada is 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out. K number 1 for the Goose. And now it's Tom Thresh, who is 1 for 3. Nellie Fox to Jimmy Fox. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chicago. So it's 7.5 gone by. It is 5-4 in favor of the Yankees. I was just frozen looking at the Yankees are 14-7. The White Sox 12-9. So each team proving to have a good shot at winning their respective divisions. But I'm sure other teams, maybe even the Tampa Bay Rays, for instance, will have something to say about that in the AL East. Floyd Robinson, 0 for 2, roughing, staying in the game. He is at 133 and his EPC 145. Grounded to the shortstop was not to the shortstop, but the second baseman Luzeri, who throws to the Iron Horse for the first out. Fisk is 1 for 2, and I should go back to my lineup sheet. Not up the middle, but it's a fly ball to center, and Combs grabs it for out number 2. Now, here's where we could probably do a little mixing and matching. We have Ron Hansen, who hits righties 236. I'm going to bring in Shoeless Joe Jackson to pinch hit. And so far in the season, Jackson has hit 250 in 12 at-bats, no homers, 3 RBIs. So let's see what Shoeless Joe can do. Sharply hit to right. That's a base hit. That went all the way to the wall. And Shoeless Joe in there with a double. We go now to Nellie Fox, who is 0 for 4 on the day. And here is another situation where you might want to bring in a pinch hitter. Do I have anybody who could play second? I wonder. Yeah, we got Uribe, we got High Pockets Kelly, and that's it. So let's bring in High Pockets Kelly, and we'll put him at second. This is a little bit unorthodox because Kelly is a righty, but he could hit better than Nellie Fox can, so I'm going to put him in. 2 at-bats, and he's 1 for 2 on the season. So roughing to High Pockets, and that's a K. So much for that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Uribe in at... First off, I want to put Shoeless Joe in left. I am going to put Uribe at shortstop. He will hit fourth. And I'm going to put High Pockets Kelly in at second base. And he will lead off should we go extras. Now, Zone is 1 for 3. Gossage is at 10 pitches, so I'm going to leave him in for the 9th. And that's going to be a double for Malzone. And Malzone's had a good day at the plate. He has gone 2 for 4. Now you got to be careful. We're going to pitch around. Well, you can't really pitch around because you got a murderer's row for the Yankees. So we got to be careful here. Pitch to Jeter. Slow grounder in front of the catcher. Fisk throws over to Kelly. Now you got to play infield in for Combs, who is 1 for 3. This is to Kelly, over to Fox, 2 outs. Now you got to get the Babe out. He's 0 for 4. He's got an 8-game hitting streak he's trying to keep alive. And he got him. K number 2. K number 2 for Gossage. That is not K number 2 for Roughing. Roughing, by the way, has gone 8 innings now, 4 walks and 5 Ks. Happy Felsch, who's had a good day at the plate, steps in. He is 3 for 3. And a hit by pitch. So we'll leave him in. Here's the pitch to him. Oh, line drive right to Lazzeri, who made a great play. Well, Jimmy Fox could change the game on a swing. He is 0 for 3. Grounder to Jeter in the hole, throws to Gehrig, second out. And now it's down to Juan Uribe, and we can't pull him because we got nobody to replace him with at shortstop. Or do we? Let me see. Well, if I had Aparicio or Appling activated, I would have somebody, but we got to stick with him here. Rivera is coming into the game. Mariano Rivera.
Pitching for New York, Mariano Rivera.
You just heard the PA announcement. Rivera, so far on the year, 771. Definitely not Hall of Fame like. 2 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. See if Uribe can reach him here. That's a base hit, and Uribe aboard with the base knock. He has a 73% stolen base rating. I do not want to move him here. We'll go with Robin Ventura, who is 1 for 4. 5-4, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. And all the Yankees need is 1 more out. And that's a slow grounder to second, over to first. Gehrig makes the play, and your game is over. The Yankees nip the White Sox 5-4. So your line score, 5 runs and 9 hits and no errors for the Yankees, 4-11-1 for the White Sox. Game went 3 hours and 40 minutes. I didn't realize it was that long. And your MVP is Frank Malzone, who is known for playing for the Red Sox, but in the HTBL, we pick 40 players for each of the franchises as they currently stand, including Montreal's Expos, who, of course, now have moved to Washington, and, of course, the St. Louis Browns, who now play in Baltimore and have for nearly 60 years. And then everybody after that was fair game, and they were spread around the league, and that's how I provide parity. Otherwise, the Yankees would run away with it in all likelihood. The Yankees, the Cardinals, the Reds, any of the original 16 teams would have the advantage over the expansion team. So I put that in as an equalizer. And that's how I do the HTBL. I do it a little differently than the HTFL, which we will be beginning September 6th, which is my... by the way, it happens to be my 50th birthday, so looking forward to that. I don't mind getting older. And before I go, I want to acknowledge that we've had a bunch of new subscribers this week. We're up to, I think I picked up around, I want to say like about 8 subscribers in the past, 7 to 10 days. We're at 156. I think among us who do sports content on YouTube, I think Red Sox fan is doing the best right now. I think he's around 1,400. Dave Gardner and Uncle Ron Juckett just crossed 1,000 subs. So for me, passing 150 subs. I've only been doing this about a year and 3 months now, and who knows what's going to happen with COVID continuing on here in July of 2021. So, you never know, and I thank you all for continuing to support the channel. Any milestone I reach is gladly received by me. So this has been Big Paulie coming to you, wishing you well, hoping your weekend goes by smoothly. If you are catching this on the weekend, you might be watching this on a Wednesday afternoon in June of 2022. Who knows? But anyway, I appreciate you all. Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon, and bye-bye for now, everybody.